move some things around. It would have been nice if they had come like last 1 or 2 months before and been like, hey, we're gonna have to do this or whatever. But, yeah, just a comment.
Any other discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Resolution 2520.
Resolution 2520, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Camden, Arkansas, authorizing the mayor to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Camden Port Authority.
Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah. I've got 2 or 3 things I wonder about this. I'll start with number 1. I said, I know that the port dealt with this thing Tuesday or Wednesday last week, and we didn't get it until this afternoon. Why is that?
I'll hit the button.
Well, I mean,
No, whenever we had to prove, I emailed out.
I don't know if that's intentional or whatever. The other thing, your letter says that this resolution is due to the recent storm damage to the city shop. And this is saying we want to start an economic development at the port building.
You want to,
Just a little bit, it'd be better if Michael.
right, Michael, he wants to go get Michael, but,
Yeah, basically what they're trying to do right now is, I'm gonna kill some time before he gets in here, but we're not doing anything different than what was done. When OPED was there, this was the same agreement that we had with OPED.
Yes.
So basically now what we're saying is the city is gonna do the same thing as what OPED is. And why this is now necessary is because the city shop has been damaged. We have no place to go. So the city has to take more active utilization of the center than they would normally do. So to maintain and keep the grants where they need to be and to keep everything in line legally, this needs to now be a formal operation between the city and the Port Authority, which is the OPED building. They own the OPED building.
Well, I understand.
The way the finances are being done right now, Port, OPED, Tech Center, whatever you want to call it, is self-contained. We're doing it all there. But since the city's wanting to come in and take over so much square footage, they're going to take over just like OPED did.
Who's paying the bills on the building now since OPED moved out?
It is the port.
Okay, so the port, because that is a port facility. Okay.
Yes.
But I had some questions. I want to know, so you start off with this, oh, we're going to do this, and it's not apparently a temporary thing according to this.
Well, it's going to take a while to put the
Well,
building back.
I want to hear something about the status of the
Well,
works building.
That's where they're at.
Well, you got the cart before the horse, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Mr. Lindsay, remember we had a discussion. We had a discussion a long time ago about why was OPED, the Port Authority the owner of the building? When it came, if I understand right, I think it came through the grant from the,
Yeah, the whole,
the whole shooting
what do
match.
they call it, the clean,
The Brownfield project. Yeah.
that's where all that thing.
And I asked that question once, why was the Brownsfish project, which was designated by the federal government, to
The port,
the port?
because the mayor could control it there.
Oh, yes.
I mean, but anyway, so I want to know about the status of public works.
They're a little smarter than
There's a
that
difference of if you're doing something for 3 months versus 30 years, so.
I
in
understand.
regards to the grant, I did follow up on all of that. It's through 2023. But this would not in any way interfere with the incubator system as far as what that follows on all of that.
Because it's already in place then.
Right. And so, yeah.
Right now, I guess last Thursday, when the storm came through, it blew the entire roof off the public works building. It damaged the subroof, it has damaged the inside of the public works building, the ceiling is falling down. It rains in there nonstop. Today, the insurance adjuster came by and he let me know that they would repair the roof, repair some walls and some storm damage, and that's it. We would not get that's what he gave me today. How long it would be, he couldn't give me that. He's gonna give us a contractor, he's gonna help us out, but right now, I don't have anywhere to work on our heavy machinery. For trash trucks, all the garbage trucks. We've been, I guess since I started, I've been working public works from the former OPED building. The warehouse is empty in the back. It was somewhat big enough to allow us to fix cars, to fix the city vehicles in the warehouse. And that was probably the best place we could come up with to fix it. Because right now, we would look at having to take machinery out to the fire station, drag it back and forth and fix different things. Right now, we're doing good and that's broke down towards heavy machinery. But we need somewhere to work on it now.
And that's, so, anyway, the insurance adjuster thinks that the public works building can be repaired. The roof, what we call it, structure is okay, it's just the covering that I think we have repaired a couple of years ago. We put a new roof on to keep it bleeding.
Even the structure is damaged.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, so now, my second part is saying, okay, Port Authority, they own that giant warehouse down there that used to be Lester Moving and Storage. And I've got to say, are you not, I don't remember anything big enough in that room that we had our meetings in last summer at the incinerator building, I call it, where they burn money. There's a door big enough to get any big equipment in there.
It's not.
No, not that room.
So,
Well, it's that room we're referring to, but that door is not big enough.
okay, so
We're putting a new door on it to get them in.
what's that's a budget item, what's the?
That hadn't been worked out completely yet. We didn't know what was gonna go on until we talked to the insurance adjuster today.
So I guess what I'm thinking, so I know that big building down there on the river, by the railroad tracks, the old port building.
I know you're talking about.
They used to pull 18-wheelers in there all the time.
We did.
Why wouldn't we use that?
We did discuss.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what was in that building, what's in there for the.
I'm not sure what's in there.
This is the building we discussed at the Port Authority. One,
That's Port Authority building.
Two, there's, no power from my understanding, is what they were informed of. Jim, same page?
I mean, hooking up, if you're gonna have to, again, I'm gonna guess that's, a door of the size you're talking about is a pretty I never bought one that big.
16 high, about 12 wide.
You know, and framed it up, I'm trying to think, you can certainly have the power turned on for the price of installing that. And the building's there, it's way bigger than that.
Yes.
I'm just thinking, this thing is misguided here, of where it's going.
That's why I asked the question.
If we do go down to the Port Authority, we still have to move everything we got from our garage down to the Port Authority. It's still gonna take some different, it's gonna take some different work. It's gonna cost us some money either way, guys.
But hey, if the doors will work, I'm thinking you're way ahead of the game there, because there again, we're talking about this is gonna be a temporary thing of maybe 6 months, maybe a year before our old building is fixed. But unless we're making a permanent move, I'm thinking this is throwing good money after bad money of remodeling the incubator building. And that's, anyway, what I'm looking at, and we don't have any cost of what we're talking about spending on a building that we're gonna be there for 6 months.
I understand.
So,
We're also talking about the number one priority of this city is to provide services.
yeah.
That's
But
the
you're
number
going
one
to have to
priority.
relocate all your stuff from one place to another, whichever building, one of them's just a half mile apart.
Well, that would be the ideal place, and I think we have something in our package for us, the incubator, and talking about, leasing out spaces and stuff, and so we don't wanna start, working on machinery and smelling diesel and having an office space down there on Adams, and we could, I'm like Elliot, we can get in that Port Authority building and pipe some electricity down in there, that would be the ideal place. already there.
It looks like you could be working in that building by the time you got this big door installed at the other building.
Exactly.
Would be mine.
I do want to
Speculation.
mention though that Public Works Director, they've been the ones overseeing the entire building and all the people in it. So that's another expense that I add in there, just a thought. They've been overseeing the old OPEB building as far as the tenants and things like that.
Well, let's figure out which one's more important.
Right.
I think it's the equipment.
It is.
Now, there are other people working in that building currently though, right?
Right.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's not like if Kevin's not there to oversee the tenants, that nobody from the city is gonna be there. We have other city employees in that building already, correct?
One other one, yeah, there's two of us there. There's two of us there.
Two people from the city.
Yeah. Everybody else, up until last Thursday when the roof blew off, it was just me and my secretary, that was it.
Well, that parking lot's awful full every day for 2 employees.
Well, you still have the tenants that work,
All the cars are not there.
well, you have the tenants that actually, we, supply the rooms to. You have them there every day. They have people come in, home health services. I think she has 24 people to work for her. I do have my guys come by. We have staff meetings, so we do communicate quite a bit there.
I'm gonna make a motion that we table this and ask for some further study of the option of moving to the court warehouse. There.
I would second that motion.
Second.
We're in discussion.
Yeah.
Now, who's gonna negotiate with the Port Authority to be able to use that building, utilize that building?
Imagine the mayor, that's kind of his
Did all
job.
this, so.
Well, I mean, I was just trying to find out if somebody was a little bit more familiar with him than anybody else.
Well,
Isn't that what we have a mayor for?
For what?
To talk to the groups that he appoints?
Sure.
Sure, well, then that would be my first choice.
Yeah, my first choice is already somebody.
Brian, you attend the board meeting, so.
Yeah, we can use this Friday.
But anyway, I'm just like, well, what is this big door gonna cost? I may be totally off about what that, I bought small ones, but not one that's like that size.
We didn't start on it. We wanted to wait till we talked about it first, so we have nothing going on right now.
But,
I just think it's something that we need to get done as quickly as possible because our number one priority is the services to this city, provide our services.
I'll still go with, you can start working down at the court warehouse by the time you get this big door installed to get the big stuff in. Would be unless there's something that I just don't know.
I just didn't think we could
I
just
think
move
we
down there
start-
until we talk with somebody down there, that's their building.
Yeah,
I just have to equal it, but I can move.
yeah, and they could probably move to the incubator building, because they don't have to have the
big door.
Well, I would think the port authority is certainly willing to work with the city. I understand, they're talking about the Airport Commission, they're creating the other cities, they're trying to help, they understand the public works lost its garage in the storm that came through. So they were trying to help in order to get something started sooner.
But what we know today is that the insurance company says they're gonna fix the roof. We just don't know a time frame or how it's gonna work out.
And so I think the difference would be between the building, between the incubator building and the warehouse is that the building right now, the incubator building, needs to have more of a city presence there anyways, because the port authority does not have any employees. So that's committed, so they don't have any employees. So same thing, they meet less frequently than the council does. But the port authority has no way to have anybody down there as far as opening the door, dealing with tenants, negotiating leases. They don't have the ability to do any of that. So I think as far as the incubator building, it would solve both problems of giving the public works a place to reopen the garage and be able to do something while also having more presence at the building and taking off that utility expense off the port authority. Whereas the warehouse, it's just empty. That may make it better, but then that leaves the port authority with still a problem over the incubator building.
Well,
So I would think the building would be more of, okay, on the incubator, the public works would be allowed to use it, and the trade-off or the exchange is that the city is absorbing utility expense, absorbing the copier expense, absorbing the paper expense at the incubator. So that's the trade-off that the Port Authority was getting. The warehouse doesn't have any expense, so it's just sitting there. So I would think if that's the case, instead of trading off utility expense, or in addition to utility expense, it would be, well, at least, what should the payments be? Because there's really no rent to the city at the incubator building. The rent is, we'll have somebody down here, we'll take care of the leases and for the tenants, we'll continue to utilize it for economic development. We'll pay the utilities, we'll take care of the motion repairs, we'll take care of the insurance on the building, and we'll take care of the copier expense, pest control, those types of things. So that was kind of the trade-off. There's no rent being charged to the city. I think the warehouse, since there's nothing to trade off, I think you'd have to be, well, okay, what's the value of that? What would the city part have to reimburse the Port Authority for that cost?
So,
What's the value of it?
two things I guess I'd follow up on what you're saying. Number one, in my view, if Kevin and the secretary who have been down there, they could stay there as far as I'm concerned. I'd like to know what the budget's gonna be for all this, whatever we're assuming, we're all a whole bunch of stuff here with no numbers. So what's that gonna be? That's not in our budget.
And what has it been to date so far since OPED was asked to leave?
Well, but the port's been paying that, so that's their business. They're trying to get out
Who
of
pays the
paying
port? Exactly, the port comes out of our budget anyway.
No, we don't.
No, we don't do them anything, they own everything.
They're going broke on their own. We got our own. So, anyway, so there again, I wouldn't vote to obligate the city for all these unknown amounts that we're talking about.
It won't be cheap.
It won't be, no. Now, some of it we're gonna save by not using the old shop.
Yes.
But I'll bet you it's more expensive running the incubator building than the old shop. I don't know that, but there again, we got these trade-offs to do, and with no numbers. I just don't go into a blind contract.
If we didn't have the storm, we wouldn't be in this situation.
That's right. Here we are.
Just
So,
not to this.
let's just get some more information. We have to have a special meeting.
I don't have a problem with that.
Table it.
Won't know what I'm voting.
Table it,
Yeah.
special meeting.
We've already got a motion and a second for that.
Did you get?
Is this what your motion was for? Table?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Correct, yes, sir.
And you, Chris, second.
He second.
Okay, all in favor? All opposed?
Can we move the water sewer bond ordinance back to the top of the agenda? We can go ahead and address that.
Yes,
So move.
Do we have a mystery voter, proxy, or?
I so move.
I'll second.
All in favor? All opposed?
So as was discussed, the way these ordinances work when we're doing refinancing is that there's a proposed ordinance that is circulated, that went out in the packet, that is blank as far as the numbers. And then Stevens this morning went to the actual auction to actually sell the bond. They get the actual amount, that's where they actually get the interest rate. And then there's basically a hold placed on, okay, these investors are willing to purchase these bonds at this rate. The amount is figured into this new ordinance that gets brought here tonight. The ordinance, when it's passed, has to be passed with a supermajority of 2/3 to suspend the rules and pass it in one night. We do not have the requisite number of all the persons present tonight to enact this ordinance. A single reading of the ordinance tonight would really do us no good, because if we have a single reading and we come back in a month, those investors, one, the interest rates may change. Secondly, the investors may not want to put up their capital again when they feel like they've gone to auction, they put the money in, and now you've got a community that was unable to warrant and pass it when it was supposed to be passed. That being said, what the proposal we would like to find out is when is the soonest time that the 5 members present tonight could make it back, and we would have a special meeting just to vote on this ordinance. So we're looking at, tomorrow is Wednesday, which is church night for most people, so we know Wednesday night will be difficult. We could do it earlier in the day. Both Jason from Stevens, and Sarah from Friday Permit, said they would come at any time, or would be available, you know, morning, noon, or night, whenever we can get our 6 persons present. So we're looking for, basically, a call of hands or discussion of when the council members be available, and I'm looking at tomorrow at 4 o'clock.
I'm a good 4 o'clock. I got emission testing in Malvern tomorrow, so I'll be out of town, but I can be here by 4.
Alderman Bell, I do not believe will be available tomorrow at 4.
But he was just gone.
What about
Terry Smith.
Anybody?
I have not heard from him, that's what I've been trying to do.
We have not heard back.
So we need everybody.
We
You
need
need to
6.
say 2:30.
We need one more.
Would it be in order if we decide that we could vote Chip out and vote Willie Cooper in?
No.
And then our 6th vote?
Can't do that.
You wanna start off that way? He didn't want to start off that way. That's right.
It's just a shame to.
That's right. And certainly, I mean, between the hurricane and between the pandemic, I mean, this certainly is a challenge that we did not foresee or didn't want to have. But, but if we want to pass it, and I would again say, as I said, Jason and Sarah certainly in outside in discussion, calling everyone in the world trying to figure out a solution to it. This is on us, this is on the city. Everyone else has done what they're supposed to do. They took the water and sewer bonds to bid. They've done everything that they were supposed to do, and it's on the city that we need to have some business, and in this case, conduct business in shooting the door.
Let me ask, is it necessary for them to have to make another trip down there? I don't think, if anybody has any questions, let's get them out tonight. I think it's a foregone conclusion.
I think we're clear on
Save
that.
money, so I hate to see y'all waste a trip down there.
I do want to say he's trying one last option for tonight, so.
Okay, who is it? Lawrence, okay. All right, we can wait 2 more minutes.
Yeah, I'm settled for an in-person.
I guess we've got that out. So we've got a chance for someone else to, get someone down here, and I say, let's move on to the business, and that way we wait an hour, and, to see if we have something else, but I guess we can be thinking, if we don't have a solution here by the end of the meeting, then we'll be looking to call a meeting within the next 24 to 48 hours. Okay. Okay, what about tomorrow at 4 o'clock? How does the council, does that work for some? Any that can't do, any that can't do tomorrow at 4, or is there better time better? I know that's short notice.
Joe, does that work for you?
I can make it happen.
Okay,
I just went out and tried to call Chip.
yeah. Mark,
Yeah.
4 o'clock?
I'm gonna try to be here by 4. I can talk to normally I'm through testing, but there are some preliminaries, but I think I can get out of it and be here
So
by 4.
the ones we're not sure about whether they can make it are the ones that aren't here tonight.
I don't wanna get into that.
I'll continue to try to get in touch with Chip.
I believe
been
Terry
trying to
can
hurry.
make it, we can get a call in.
Okay.
And would, I mean, the council, maybe knows that the council members, is 5 a better time? I mean, I know it's church night, so anytime, I mean, would 5 be better to get, you think 6 is better? Whatever time?
I'd say.
I'm okay with 5, but 4 is the earliest I can get back. You know,
Let's do
Lock down
4:30.
till
Do 4:30.
4:30.
4:30.
Is that good for like working out in Gary, you think?
I mean, I could be here at 4, but 4:30 would be,
Easier.
yeah.
that'd be
You don't
nice.
mean here
Yeah,
4:30?
we'll make the public.
Joe Louis, right?
I read you gonna be able to get out and work.
Okay, so tomorrow at 4:30 here, correct? We will need to do the notification for media and all that.
Right. Right, so what will happen is the council or the administrative assistant to the mayor will still send out notice to media in the morning, but them being present tonight are already being notified. So there'll be another notice of meeting going out tomorrow.
Okay.
send Rudy your.
Yeah.
We gave him a wig.
Hate to break your way like that.
So is there a consensus to have a meeting tomorrow, I missed at 4:30?
Yep.
In favor of that?
All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
And then are there any questions for either Sarah or Jason tonight? And then maybe we wouldn't have to make a trip back, if anybody has questions or.
we've already covered that.
Okay.
If those other guys have a question, we'll make up something.
Okay, and we'll skip the ordinances.
Hey, we still got these others.
Here we go. Ordinance 1820, introduced by Alderman. We're back again to number 3.
We're back in the ordinance line.
We can't do ordinances.
They're all gonna be
We
a
can't.
first read.
They all gonna be a first reading.
It's the
now.
first reading, okay.
I promise to read fast. You introduce that one?
Perfect.
And we can, remember, we can pass them on the second reading if we want to.
Ordinance 1820, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 526 Hawkins Street.
So moved.
This will be the first reading.
Second. Discussion. All, okay.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Ordinance 1920, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 513 Chestnut Avenue Northwest. This is the first reading.
Go ahead, Alderman, to introduce.
So moved. Second.
Ordinance 2020, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 485 Hawkins Street. This will be the first reading.
Alderman to introduce.
So move. Second.
Second.
First.
Doesn't matter. Just do one of them.
Did you get that?
Ordinance 2120, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 474 California Avenue. This is the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Ordinance 2220, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 440 Maple Street Southwest.
So move.
Yeah, you got quite a few.
Ordinance number 2320, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 419 Maple Street Southwest.
So move.
Ordinance 2420, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 407 North Street.
So moved.
Second.
2520 is out. Removed.
Right.
Ordinance 2620, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 536 Cleveland Avenue.
Also move.
Second.
Ordinance 2720, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 578 Cleveland Avenue Northwest.
Also move.
Second.
2820 is out.
Ordinance 2920, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 1041 Elm Street.
So move.
Ordinance 3020, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 1333 Ronald Drive.
So moved.
Second.
Ordinance 3120, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 1440 Ronald Drive Southwest.
So moved.
Second.
You was the original. Okay. This is just your volunteering for the introduction.
Right.
Ordinance 3230, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 2157 Avon Avenue.
So moved.
Second. Ordinance 3320, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 810 Lucas Lane.
So move.
Second.
Ordinance 3420, an ordinance assessing a lien on certain property located at 687 AG Avenue Northwest.
So move.
Second.
And those are all of the ordinances for the first reading.
Yay.
And we are understanding it's just first reading, right?
Correct.
That's amounts to, yes,
We'll see them all again next month.
Yeah.
first reading.
Hopefully we'll have people here to actually have a meeting.
Okay, any other business?
Our code enforcement officer did a great job. Good job.
Any other business? Adjourn.
Second.
Hey.